Helga, she's seriously disturbed. Um, you find out in this episode she keeps a shrine to Arnold in her closet that is composed of his used chewing gum. And she dances around in her room with the head of the chewed gum, Arnold football head, and kisses it. And it makes me wonder what goes through her mind. Story one is about how Arnold loses his signature little hat that sits on his head, and Helga finds it and keeps it for a while, and Arnold goes through this kind of crisis of self about his image with that and his hat and all that. That's not the important thing. The important thing is, why? Why does she... I mean, obviously, she's devoted to him and very much is in love with him and all that, but this is like stalker crazy level. Don't get me wrong, I love the character. Helga's amazing, but clearly has a lot to work out. Anyway, story two is about a kid who is called Stoop Kid because he never leaves the stoop of his building he lives in. He's always on the front porch of it, never leaves. He doesn't even go to school or anything. He's just always on it. And the kids are afraid of him at first because of how menacing he is. And then they realize he's scared to leave the stoop. And so they all make fun of him for it. Arnold helps him get over his fear gradually. And he is able to leave the stoop. However, at the end of the episode, he opts not to because he says, "Oh, I'd rather hang out here because I'm a stoop kid." And, you know, that yada, yada, yada. But, there's a part whenever he finds out, and like literally the whole neighborhood is like just around there, and everybody's like, "Stoop kid's afraid to leave the stoop." And at the end of the episode, when he finally is like, "Okay, I'm gonna get off the stoop and take a big step out in the world," like literally the whole neighborhood's gathered. There's like even a part where a guy rides by on a bicycle and throws out a newspaper, and the headline says, "Stoop kid leaves the stoop," and I'm like, how starved for news is this neighborhood? I mean, when a kid taking a step off of his stoop makes the front page, it's... what universe is this? All joking aside, it's great. It's fun. You know, and I remember watching this episode as a kid and loving it. And and it's funny watching as an adult now. I realize how cartoony this show is, that it's great. But still... yeah, this episode establishes that Helga clearly has some unresolved things to work out, but it's still funny. It's very funny. And I know it's played up for laughs. It's supposed to be funny, and this is like, oh, this is her eccentricity, and this is strange and weird. But it's also very sweet and sincere. Like, there's a very earnestness to it that's also meant to be taken seriously. So it's interesting. It's its own thing. So a good episode. The Stoop Kid story wasn't nearly as interesting as watching Helga dance around with Arnold's head shaped out of his used chewing gum. That's just, you know, that's just the pinnacle of TV. I mean, television doesn't get much better than that, you know. Though the kids all chanting, "Stoop kid's afraid to leave a stoop," is pretty great. You know, I mean, I was chanting it with it. I was like, "Stoop kid's afraid to leave a stoop. Stoop kid's afraid to leave a stoop." Yeah, I'm a grown man that chants along with cartoons. Oh well, fuck it. So anyway, it's a good episode. It's charming. It's weird, just like the show itself. It's a weird, charming, fun show, and I also have to give points for its originality. Its stories are so weird and interesting that I don't think any other show could have thought of this. It's definitely its own thing, and definitely worth checking out. I highly recommend the episode. I mean, it's definitely a winner, and definitely a highlight from season 1 of the show. Definitely good. So, check it out, watch it, watch the whole show. Also, its animation's great too. I really like the style of it, and the use of music is really good. It has like a very jazz type score. It is used very well throughout the show. I didn't talk about that in previous vlogs, but I wanted to mention it here. It's a nice touch and is a really defining characters of the show. So, anyway, that aside, just a really good episode. Check it out, and I'll be back with another vlog. So, that's it, and I'll see you guys next time. Okay, one more time. Stoop kid's afraid to leave a stoop. Stoop kid's afraid to leave a stoop. Stoop kid's afraid to leave a stoop.